So Eric, you're here at Winters Wellness Center getting some care from us, and why is that? Because you do all this exercise, you have all these skills in terms of exercise and all this great philosophy about taking care of your body, but why are you here?
Yeah, I'm training for a race. I've done lots of races before. This one I have a really, really hard and specific goal. Even though I have a great skill set of training and know how the human body functions very well, I also know that there is some real subtle levels of connection from my brain to my body that we can't necessarily attack with weights and stretches and stuff like that. And I became aware of this type of therapy that Dr. Winters was doing, and I was like, that's going to help. That's going to give me that little edge so I can hit this big goal. And this has been, I think I've been doing it for a month now, and I'm seeing the results.
So I think you're saying, Eric, that if you got the connection there, you can do more with it with the skills that you have and the tools and the training that you have. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, as much as I like to think that all of my training and all my focus in education is enough, there's always people and professionals that can add to my training, that can add to my wealth of health, and that's really, this is exactly what that next level was for me.
Yeah, because the brain is really in charge of the body.
Yep.
And if we have a full connection, that's why I tend to say that we make all other therapies work better and all other training work better. So
yeah, that makes sense.
So you see that also?
Yeah, absolutely. Even though our body may feel like the physical foundation, we know that my body doesn't move without my brain. My brain's initial programming is to move to survive, and everything stems from that baseline code. If I can enhance that code and get my brain to talk to my body better, I just keep expanding out. It keeps me out of pain, it keeps my efforts more productive, and it keeps my performance measurements, like whether you're trying to be faster or stronger, it helps move the needle in that direction.
So keeping you out of pain, keeping you more productive. So you're saying this wouldn't be just for athletes?
No, we've kind of talked about that a little bit before, that the way the body works, ultimately you're looking for balance, especially if you're trying to reduce pain. And remember, pain reduction means better quality of life. So even if I'm not an athlete, and I work with a lot of non-athletes as well, just getting them to walk better, stand more straight, that reduces compensations and potential injuries down the road. So I think this type of therapy, where you're getting the brain to talk to some of those dormant muscles, is absolutely needed and fantastic, especially in the context of our sedentary culture that's suffering from sitting disease. Your type of therapy gets that channel to turn on, and then if they're smart, they'll go and maybe strengthen those muscles that you've turned on to kind of add a little bit more emphasis and reinforcement to the adjustment. I've always seen people, they go to the chiropractor, they get it adjusted, and then they don't do anything to teach their body how to hold the adjustments. And not to take you out of business, but then they got to go back and go back and go back with more frequency, as opposed to only going back once a month or going back once every couple months, because they're learning how to hold that adjustment. And I think this therapy is the next level for that.
Yeah, and it's an interesting concept for the average person too. Maybe they just have blood sugar issues and they're trying to eat better and they're trying to exercise, but if their nervous system works more efficiently, they have more energy to put toward helping their blood sugar and helping them heal on other levels. when their nervous system has some efficiency versus a lot of wasted energy.
Yeah, you're tapping into a really, really strong idea there. So, you know, as I always call us, we're cavemen with iPhones. And that caveman response means we really have this primal system still, even though we're modern people. And our nervous system, that fight, flight, or freeze, mechanism that we had to help us survive, it's still inside of us, and we use it all day long. And if that nervous system starts revving up too much, or the vice versa, it's too low and not productive enough, we spend a lot of unnecessary energy doing things that don't need that much energy. And if we run out of energy, then we can't do other things in our lives. And that's a really big, it's a simple idea, but it's a big idea of energy economics and how the central nervous system is deciding how much energy you have left in the tank. Is it pulling? Is it spending all your energy? Or are you learning how to harness it and put it in the right places?
All right, I got to give you a little kudos here, Eric, because what you just talked about, he knows how to do it, folks, because he's got one of the best heart rate variabilities patterns I've ever seen. So he actually understands and can make happen in his body what he was just talking about. Because that autonomic nervous system balance of the fight or flight or the rest, digest, and repair is huge, and we see all kinds of things improve when we improve that, because we see people's blood pressure improve or blood sugar or many other things by just what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Isn't it weird how if you can tap into your primal systems, that your modern systems kind of line up better? And it's like you got to fix the foundation first. I agree, Doc.
Wow, we just got into some big thinking there.
I know, that's kind of cool. Well, you help us spur that type of thinking on. It's been a really, I can't recommend this enough to not only just athletes, but to just everyday people who just want to live a better life, who want to have less pain and want to do the things that they want to do. We've got one shot at this life, and for us to just sit passively back and let other people dictate or take care of us, I may come in here to get a therapy done, but it helps me go do things to make my life better. And that's the point of health. That's the point of health care, as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely true. Dr. B.J. Palmer, the developer of chiropractic, said, "Get the big idea and all else follows." Thanks for sharing with us the big idea from a receiver's or patient's perspective.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate you.